Have you ever looked at your goals, the ones you swear you want more than anything, and wondered why you still struggle to take action? Why do you keep promising, "Tomorrow I'll start," while tomorrow always becomes another excuse? This is the story of a young mapmaker who lived with the same struggle until a single moment changed the course of his life forever. High in the northern mountains, where icy winds brushed the rooftops and pine trees whispered ancient secrets, sat a small but lively town named Frostbrook. Everyone in Frostbrook worked hard to survive the bitter winters. Farmers tended stubborn soil. Merchants traveled dangerous roads. Hunters faced fierce storms, and in a little wooden workshop near the edge of town lived a young mapmaker named Milo Thorne. Milo was gifted. Painfully gifted. He had an extraordinary eye for patterns, routes, and distances. He could glance at a landscape once and draw a map so accurate that even seasoned travelers relied on his work. But Milo had one problem. He almost never finished anything. His workshop was littered with half-drawn maps, unfinished charts, and blank parchment sheets meant for projects he always swore he'd start soon. Every morning he planned to work. Every afternoon he found a reason not to. And every night he lay awake, frustrated with himself, whispering, "Why can't I just begin?" He dreamed of becoming the greatest mapmaker in the northern lands. He dreamed of explorers seeking him out, of kings requesting his work. But instead, he spent his days rearranging his pencils, staring at the mountains, or convincing himself he needed one more rest before he could focus. One frosty evening, a knock echoed through Milo's workshop door. It was Arya, a young traveler who'd recently arrived in Frostbrook. She carried a worn leather satchel and walked with the confident stride of someone who'd journeyed far. "Milo," she said warmly, "they told me you're the best mapmaker in Frostbrook. I need a map to cross the Blue Ridge Pass before winter closes it completely." Milo's heart skipped. This was exactly the kind of opportunity he dreamed of. But instead of accepting, he hesitated. I can make it," he mumbled, "but I need a few days. Maybe a week. I'm not ready yet." Arya looked confused. "The pass closes in 2 days. If I don't leave now, my journey ends here." She glanced around the workshop at the scattered drawings, the abandoned tools, the dust settling on his talent. "Milo," she said quietly, "you're waiting for a perfect moment. But perfect moments don't come. Only chances do. And if you don't take them, they never return." Her words hit deeper than she knew. Arya left without a map. And though she didn't say it out loud, Milo could see disappointment in her eyes. That night, as snowflakes began drifting across the town, Milo sat at his desk, staring at yet another unfinished map. It felt like the blank parchment was staring back, challenging him. For the first time, Milo admitted the truth. "I'm the one standing in my own way." The next morning, as Milo walked through the market, he ran into Elder Rowan, a retired explorer who'd traveled more lands than anyone in Frostbrook. Rowan was wise, calm, and known for never sugarcoating truths. "Milo," Rowan said, "you look troubled." Milo sighed. "I want to succeed. I want to complete things. But I can't make myself start. Every day I wait, hoping I'll feel motivated. But that feeling never lasts." Rowan smiled in a way that suggested he had been waiting for Milo to admit that. "Then let me tell you something every great explorer learns," Rowan said. "You don't move because you're ready. You move because you must." He continued, "Discipline is not a spark of inspiration. It's a muscle, and muscles grow only when you push them, especially when you don't feel like it." Milo listened closely. "Don't try to finish a full map on day one," Rowan said. "Start with 5 minutes. Just 5. Sit down, hold your pen, and make one mark on the page. Then another. And another. Once momentum starts, even reluctance cannot stop you. He tapped Milo's shoulder. Your future self is begging you to begin. Don't let him down. That afternoon, Milo sat at his desk with his tools ready. The old habits clawed at him. I'll start after I organize my notes. I'll wait until I feel inspired. I'll begin after a short rest. He remembered Rowan's words, so he set a small iron timer for 5 minutes, just 5, and he began. At first, every stroke felt heavy. His hand moved slowly. His mind screamed to stop. But the timer ticked on, and when 5 minutes passed, he felt a strange feeling. Momentum, he kept going for 10 more minutes. Then 20. By the end of the afternoon, he had completed the outline of a map he'd been avoiding for months. It was the first real progress he had made in a long time, and something inside him shifted. The next day was harder. The excitement was gone. The weather was cold. Milo wanted to sleep in, but he forced himself gently but firmly to sit for another 5 minutes. 5 minutes turned into 30. 30 turned into an hour. Every day he repeated the process. Every day the muscle Rowan spoke of grew stronger. He finished one map, then another. Travelers who once gave up on him now returned with hopeful eyes. Merchants began requesting his work again. The town's hunters depended on his routes, and slowly, the young mapmaker who couldn't begin a single task became someone Frostbrook relied on. But the true test was yet to come. One evening, as the winter storm season approached, Arya returned to Frostbrook. She looked tired. Her clothes were worn. Her journey had clearly been long and harsh. Milo, she said softly, I need another map. A dangerous one. I'm heading toward the Shadow Highlands. The Shadow Highlands, a place known for shifting winds, hidden paths, and treacherous cliffs. Travelers rarely returned. Milo felt fear, doubt, the old voice whispering, You can't do this. It's too difficult. You're not good enough. But he also felt something new, something quiet, steady, and powerful. Discipline. Come back tomorrow evening, Milo said confidently. Your map will be ready. And this time, he meant it. He spent the day working with total focus, not because he felt motivated, but because he had trained himself to act without waiting for motivation. He drew the terrain, studied winds, marked dangers, calculated distances, added alternate escape routes. When Arya returned, Milo handed her a complete, accurate, beautifully crafted map, perhaps the best he had ever created. Arya examined it with wide eyes. This could save my life, she whispered. She looked up at Milo. You've changed, she said. You're not the hesitant mapmaker I met months ago. Milo smiled, not with arrogance, but pride. I realized something, he said. Goals don't wait, and neither should I. As the seasons changed and Frostbrook prospered, Milo became known across the region not just for his talent, but for the discipline he forged day after day. And whenever young apprentices asked him how he transformed his life, he always told them the truth. You don't need motivation to begin. You just need to begin even for 5 minutes. Action creates momentum. Momentum builds discipline. And discipline will take you anywhere. You are more capable, more talented, and more deserving than you think. You are not weak. You are not lazy. You are simply waiting for a feeling that will never come. Stop waiting. Start with 5 minutes. 5 minutes of effort can rebuild your entire life, just like it rebuilt Milo's. Your goals are not out of reach. They're waiting for you to pick up the pen, lift the hammer, step onto the path, and force yourself to take that first step. Everything else will follow.